Hey everybody, it's Rhiannon. I am going to do some quick training over things that I feel are key elements of success in hosting a Facebook party. There are a lot of different ways to do it. I think everybody on our team does their Facebook parties a different way. And you'll notice that certain direct sales and multi-level marketing companies and things of that nature have kind of a trend with their parties, where a lot of people have a tendency to do it a certain way. But that doesn't make things right or wrong. It doesn't make it necessarily company specific. I do encourage you to attend parties that your friends are hosting, because you never know what you're going to gain from it. I know I personally have gained a lot from going and attending online other people's parties, because you see things you didn't necessarily think of before, and you figure out things that have caught your eye as something that was meaningful or something that was really interesting, or just something that in general not only caught your attention, but kept your attention. And so then you're able to transfer that into your own business and potentially find things that you would like to incorporate into how you do parties. So I'm going to go over a few different things that I have found to be most successful. I will more than likely be doing a follow-up video on successful Facebook parties, I would say in the next week or so. I am attending a seminar online. I believe they changed the date. I think it's the 29th. And so once I've completed that, and there's a few other training videos that are going to be available to me through that. It's like a 30 to 45 minute training session in addition to access to other trainings. And so once I have a chance to go through all of that, I feel like I will have even more information that I can provide y'all with. If y'all have ever checked out the training by Leah Wagner that I've posted in the past, a lot of it is going to be the same type of things that she has discussed. But I want to make sure that I do a follow-up at that point with things that I've learned and things that I want to try and things that I encourage y'all to try once I've done the training. Because I feel like it's always an evolutionary process. You're always growing. Every party that you attend online, every party that you host, every party that you do, they're all going to teach you something about how to go about it the next time. Sometimes those lessons are harder than others. Little things like putting a disclaimer that if their order is paid for in perks, then it doesn't include a free gift if you offered one. I've definitely gotten hit with that one before. So, there's different things that you'll learn along the way. But like I said, some lessons are harder than others. So let's just go ahead and get started with what I've got here, because I know YouTube is only going to allow me to upload a video that's a certain length, and I don't want to have to keep re-recording it until I can shut myself up long enough to fit the requirements. Hostess coaching, I think, is one of the absolute most important and most valuable things. I also feel like it's probably one of the most avoided. I think a lot of us are afraid, like we're so excited to have somebody willing to host a party that we're afraid to hold them accountable for any part of it. We want to just be like, I've got this. All you have to do is let me talk to your friends. But I feel like it's really important to hold the hostess accountable for their own success in their party. Obviously, they can't control the money that their friends and family spend. They don't have full control of everything, but they do have control of certain things. And I feel like it's important to hold them accountable, because it's them that's going to be getting the free things. And if they're truly interested in earning the perks and everything like that, then they're going to at least put effort into it. And I feel like if you've got a hostess that's not putting effort into it, then you're really not as apt to have a successful party, and you're not as apt to form the relationships with their friends and family that you would if they were being an active part of it. I like to coach my hostesses that I want to see like 20 to 25 people max in the party. I want them to personal message these people and talk to them about what their favorite stuff is from our company, why they decided to host, and why they think that that person would be interested in our products. I ask them to do this. While that's not always the case, I mean, they don't always listen to me. I do ask them to do this because I want people who are interested in the products and interested in being a part of the party are more apt to interact and make the party fun. I feel like if you have people who are truly interested in being there, then they're going to make more of an effort to make sure that they're commenting or posting or responding to posts or even watching your live video. I do ask that my hostesses talk about their favorites, any products that they've tried in the past that they like. If they haven't, or don't feel like they have something that they can talk about how much they love, then I do try to send them a deluxe sample pack prior to the party to make sure that they have a firm introduction to our products, so that way they can feel confident in telling their friends what they do and don't like. And I also ask them to make sure that they're active in the party, that they're commenting on things, that they're liking things, that they're tagging friends that they think might be interested, not so much that it becomes obnoxious, but enough to show that they truly think that their friend is going to like this certain product and things like that. Because it helps people to feel special and like they're being thought of in reference to, hey, I know you love coconut. I think this product is perfect for you because it's got that great coconut scent. I don't want it to be like, you know, hey, you bathe. I thought you should check out these soaps. You know, there are ways to make things personal, and every hostess is going to know what their relationship is with these people and how they can better connect it to them. So I just ask them to do their best to try to connect it to their friends and show their friends that they're interested in sharing it, and why they feel that their friends would be interested. One thing that I find a lot of people struggle with is keeping it simple when doing a Facebook party, but not keeping it so simple that it looks like you forgot you were even having it. I've seen a lot of things that say, you know, don't post more than 3 posts a day. I honestly think 3 posts a day is a little bit much. I feel like a lot of people don't have the time to keep checking back. If you were to do 3 posts a day, I would set that as your maximum, and I would suggest doing that like morning, noon, and night, so that way it's spread out enough that people are more apt to see it. Because otherwise you have people just coming home in the evening, they're checking their Facebook, and it says that there's an update in the group. They go and they see that very first post, and that's all they're going to see. Because they don't realize that you actually updated multiple times. They might not scroll down. And so I feel like if you're posting too much, it's definitely going to make that more difficult. A lot of people like to post a whole lot of information. The more and more training I'm doing, the more and more I'm seeing suggestions of posting it and keeping it simple. And really essentially holding your guests accountable for taking a look at your catalog. If they're truly interested, then they're going to want to take a look. You want to give them a good visual of what our products are and what all type of things that we offer, so that way you can gain their interest. I suggest doing some interactive posts. You know, what are people's favorite scents? What are their favorite types of ways to pamper themselves? You know, things like that. So that way you can make suggestions. And I would make more of the product information about your personal interactions with people. If they say, you know, this isn't the best example, but I'm not as familiar with the new catalog just yet. But, you know, say I love coconut. Well, hey, beach blanket. That's a wonderful hand cream that I think you're going to love. No, we don't have the hand cream, but, you know, the body scrubs, whatever. Using those scent favorites enables you to be able to draw something back to them and make it more personal, rather than, hey, here's a bunch of pictures of chunks. Which one do you think sounds good? It kind of takes away that personal aspect. While it's still a call to action, it's not making as much of a personal suggestion. And I think if we use our times in the parties to act as more of a personal pampering coach to help them find the right products for their needs, that we're going to get a lot better success of interest, and they're going to feel like it's a lot more tailored to them and personalized. I do think it's important to do a countdown the day of, you know, the day before, day of, whatever, for your live video. I do highly recommend having a night where you're doing a live video. I feel like that personal interaction and face-to-face talking with the guests, as well as the hostess, really goes a long way. Whether or not you want to do it as a live video, or if you want to have one pre-recorded where you can just upload it and then be there and be active to be able to respond to posts or respond to comments, that's totally up to you. But I feel like having a visual of yourself and that face-to-face interaction does go a long way as far as the parties go. Things that I feel like it's important to cover in your live night video. For one, I talk to the hostess and figure out what night is going to be best for them. I typically do my daily posts 1, 2, 3, about 4 days in advance. Like 4 days prior, I will do posts, and then it's either the 4th or the 5th day. I'm in the process of redoing my party the way I'm setting mine up. And so I don't have it all lined out yet because I'm waiting to do that training. But typically I do a couple of days of posting, and then I do my live night. And I have it set up to where it's a good night for my hostess, so that way they're active. 8 p.m. seems to be a really good time. I don't know if that's just like a standard time that's good for people. It's usually a good time for a lot of people. I go ahead and do it. It's not always the best time for me because that's my kid's bedtime, but I usually try to work with it because that's what I find the most success at that time. I like to make sure that I pick 6 products. 6 of my favorites, and I try to make sure that I'm not like, hey, I like these 3 hand creams. I'll pick a chunk, I'll pick a moisturizer, I'll pick a face wash. You know, I will pick one of different things because I want to be able to give them a broad view of our product line, but I want it to be products I'm passionate about that I use every day. Because there are a lot of products that I love, but I don't use them every day. And so I don't feel like I can talk as well on those. And so I want it to be things that I can guarantee. I mean, I use more than 6 products every day. So it's not hard for me to pick 6 products. And I like to change it up. Like if I know that I've got some people from previous parties in the party, then I'll try to change it up and like swap a couple of them out. I don't keep just a standard 6 that I do in my parties. Because I do have potential swap overs of people who've been to my parties before. Based off of the pick 6 theory, I will show them, I will explain each product, what it does, how it feels, how it makes my skin feel, how it smells, the texture of the product, a few of the key ingredients that I feel are important. Things like that. And then I will talk about the buy 5, get the 6th free. And I will typically show them, hey, this product out of these 6 was the free one. I like to make sure to discuss the fact that it's $5.99 to ship. And even in my parties, I like to offer the fact that if they're ordering only 1 or 2 products and they're concerned with the shipping, that they're welcome to pick something from my stock where I can probably ship it a little bit cheaper to them. That's totally up to you if that's something you want to offer, especially in parties that can get kind of tricky because you're going to have to pull either from your own perks or come up with a prize to make up for your hostess's rewards. So that's totally up to you on if you want to do that. At the very least, I do suggest discussing that it's $5.99 and focus on the all you can buy. Shipping is $5.99. So that way you're focusing on the beneficial aspect of it, not the fact that it sucks if you're ordering a hand cream and paying nearly $6 in shipping. Focus on, you could buy our whole catalog and it's only $5.99 to ship. It's all about your wording and your enthusiasm and how you put it. I do suggest that do the live night, like pump yourself up. Make sure that you're enthusiastic, that you're able to really talk about it, that you're able to get into it, that you're able to really let your personality flow, because you want to be able to entice them and excite them and draw them in and make them interested. And if you just stand there and talk like this, then nobody is going to want to pay any attention. So try to be excited. I try. I don't always succeed, but hey, every little bit we work a little bit closer to it. Excuse me. Everything is under $25. That's a great thing to cover in that live video. I like to talk about the perks program so that way they know to make sure that they're getting signed up for that when they do place their order, because they want to get all the rewards that they can. I usually do a live drawing for my giveaway for participation. Sometimes I do that on the live night, sometimes I don't. It just kind of depends. I'm kind of changing up the way that I'm going to be doing that. Typically what I've been doing has been, if they're interacting on posts and commenting and liking and RSVPing and things of that nature, then they're getting entered to be able to win that giveaway. I'm thinking about gearing that more towards being active on the live night. Not necessarily at the live time, but, by the next morning, having commented on the video and things of that nature to try to put more focus on what they can gain on the live night rather than just on the interaction of posts prior to. I'm still not completely decided on how I'm going to do that. Hopefully, by the time I do the other training and everything, I will have a better view of that and be able to provide y'all with a little bit more insight on how I plan on doing that. I like to offer some kind of a giveaway. And it can be a deluxe sample pack, a lip balm, a bath salt, bath bomb, lip balm. That threw me off. I couldn't, it sounded like I said it backwards. I might have, I don't know. But I like to do it as like a deal or no deal, type game where I say, hey, so-and-so, you've won this, and I would like to go ahead and play a game with you. You have the opportunity, no strings attached, to pick this prize tonight and send me your address, and I'm going to mail it straight to you, and it's going to be so awesome, and you're going to enjoy it. Or what we can do is set up a party for you, and if your party hits $200 in sales, then you automatically get entered to pick any product from the catalog, and that will be your free gift. So obviously that'll give you the opportunity to win something much bigger than this, but if for some reason your party didn't hit 200, then I would still send you this awesome prize. So I'd love to be able to share Posh with your friends and give you the chance to win an even bigger prize. So let me know if you're interested in taking that deal. That's a great way to get them excited and make them think, well, hey, I'm going to get the prize anyway. I could have a party and make it a bigger prize. I've had some that are just not interested, but I've had a lot better feedback of people interested in hosting. And so I do recommend that. Even if you're talking about a 20% commission, if they're doing a $200 party and our cheapest item or our most expensive item is still under $25, you're obviously still going to come out ahead. You're still going to be making money off of it, and you're also going to be gaining contacts and having the chance to expand your network. So I personally feel like it's worth it to my business to take that loss, and a lot of times I had it in stock anyway, you know, whatever they wanted. And you can even tell them that they could pick any item, any full-size product from your stock. It doesn't have to be that you're allowing them to pick from the catalog. But you have the opportunity to decide what works best for your business in that respect. And so I recommend doing something like that to be able to entice people to book a party with you. Let's see. Make sure that you're replying to all of the comments. I feel like it's really important to make sure that you're an active part of the party too. And you're not just posting. I think one way to make it a lot easier to reply to all of the comments is to use an auto poster, so that way it's doing all the posting and you're not having to think, oh crap, what am I going to post? Or, hey, did I post? Do I need to post now? When should I wait? You already have all of that, you know, set up in advance. And then you can just focus on the interactions and focus on replying and responding and talking to people and building those relationships. I feel like it's really important to talk about your VIP group and to make sure that people are aware that they have a way to keep in touch with you outside of just your personal Facebook. They have a way to know when specials are happening and to be a part of that action. Talk about the opportunity. A great way to bring up the Posh opportunity without making, you know, them feel like, oh God, she's trying to make me join her team. You can talk about what the benefits are. You can make just a very simple post with the kit and say, message me if you want to know more. One fun way that I like to do it is giving a participation point or something for questions that they ask. And excuse me, telling them, you know, hey, ask me some questions about the business. Don't worry, I'm not going to spam you with more information than you want or anything like that. You know, asking doesn't mean that you're interested in joining. It just means that you want that party point and you want that participation point. So just ask away of something you've wondered about my business. And this gives people the chance to not feel so pressured and live up to what you say. Don't message them. Don't, you know, if they have questions, they'll message you, or ask them to message you if they have extra questions. But otherwise, just go through and don't, you know, word vomit all over everything. Just, if they ask a question, answer it. And then move on to the next one. I'm so sorry. My throat is so dry. I know this is getting super long. I hope YouTube will let me upload it. Let's see. Talk about perks and the perk program before going live as well as during the live video. Make sure that you're thanking your hostess as well as the guests. Whether or not you thank people as they order is up to you. Some people feel it's tacky. Some people think that it's good customer service. I personally prefer to message people individually and thank them rather than calling them out in the group because I don't know. I think I'm one to feel like it's more tacky than not to thank somebody publicly, because I don't think that it's anybody else's business if they spent money with you or not. But everybody feels a little bit different, so go with your gut. Do what you're comfortable with. But thank them one way or another. I suggest sending follow-up mail on all of your orders, and make it meaningful follow-up mail. And I've got another video coming up that's going to be talking about meaningful mail. But I definitely recommend that. And make sure that you're keeping with your hostess, keeping in touch with your hostess before, during, and after the party. And so that way y'all are on the same page. She doesn't feel left behind or ignored or anything like that. And y'all are able to make sure that, you know, like she's going to be able to attend, or that she likes the way it's going. Keep her up to date with the orders and things like that. And that'll just help to build that relationship.